The wheels are only ever driven by an electric motor, and that means that we can control the engine that's generating the electricity separately to the driving speed and the acceleration. But we've also added another technology, which is active noise cancellation. So very similar to the headphones that you use on the aeroplane, we have a speaker in the luggage room of the car that will play the inverse noise to the engine and cancel it out. So when you're driving around the city, the engine can start and stop, and you won't even notice it's happening.
After 34 years of Blue Lake Homes, we welcome you to the next level of new home builds under a new name. We can't wait to welcome you home to Casimir Bespoke Building. SAFM News Briefing.
Good afternoon, I'm Matt Layton. A busted antenna, dodgy safety setup and system failures all led to the SeaWorld helicopter crash that killed 4 and injured 9. The final ATSB reports in, pointing to a series of serious stuff-ups before the Gold Coast collision.
I acknowledge it is very difficult reading a report like this, and particularly a report that goes to not only understanding the sequence of events, but that in any of these defences, had they been effective, we probably wouldn't have seen the catastrophic outcome.
Chief Commissioner Angus Mitchell there. Bit of a bumpy ride for the Aussie share market today, but it's steadying now. What's not so steady, trade ties. New US tariffs have just landed, 25% on steel, 10% on other exports. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says the numbers don't make sense.
The United States has a trade surplus with Australia of around about 2 to 1. They have had that since the Truman presidency, and therefore not only is it an act of economic self-harm for the United States, but it certainly is not an appropriate action.
Prince Andrew accuser Virginia Giuffre was a no-show in a Perth court today. She's still recovering after a school bus smashed into her car in WA's bush last month. She's accused of breaching a restraining order. And more sniffles, more sneezes thanks to a warmer world. A 3-decade study from UQ says climate change is behind longer pollen seasons in capital cities.
After this, there is no turning back. You sip the red can, the story ends. You sip the black can, you enter dreamland. And I show you just how good the truth can taste. Max Taste Challenge.
Noah Bolter's ban is up and the AFL won't be blocking his comeback. Richmond Tall pleaded guilty to assault after a December scuffle. And the AFL CEO is a bit nonplussed at the Melbourne Storm trying to take their most iconic ground. Andrew Dillon telling us this after it emerged the Storm is planning to use the MCG next year, while the rival Code is away for gather round.
The Melbourne Storm are a great Melbourne team, and I presume they're playing this weekend and they'll get a decent crowd there. I think they played at Marvel many years ago, so yeah.
Allura Conveyancing, simplifying property transfers with local expertise and delivering conveyancing solutions you can trust across Mount Gambier and Casterton. SAFM weather. Partly cloudy on the Limestone coast. Tonight down to 11 degrees, and tomorrow partly cloudy with a high of 29. Hamish and Andy are officially back with season 8 of their podcast. Download the free listener app to listen now.